I held him on my left side. I was holding him like this. And I just began to cry. I just began to weep. I was so overwhelmed with compassion for him and hurt for him because these thoughts just started going through my mind. This boy's 4 years old. He's never done anything wrong. Like he hasn't done anything to deserve this. And not that you deserve or undeserve or not deserve sickness or healing or anything like that. But just those thoughts came to my head. Like, this boy's never done anything. And it made me so mad at the devil. And I'm just sitting there crying. I put my hand on top of his head. I can feel those tumors. And I put my hand on top of his head. And I prayed, said whatever I said. And then I told everyone, I said, now let's lift our hands and let's just praise God and thank God, for what he's doing in his body. So everybody lifts their hands, and I lifted my hands for a moment. And while we're doing that, I put my hand back on his head, and we're just thanking God for what God's doing in his life. And within a few moments, all of a sudden, it was like a pin was put into a balloon, and I felt that larger tumor on his head. I felt it beginning to shrink and getting smaller. Under my hand, I felt this thing getting smaller and smaller and smaller until it got down to the size of like a little bitty pea. And I looked. I was so amazed, and I looked over to the grandma. I said, Grandma, you got to come over here and look at this. And so she comes over, and she looks at him, and we're looking at the top of his head. The two smaller tumors had completely gone away.